What were some of the albums that disappointed you this year?
Yeah, great question. There are always disappointments. Not that we want to talk about stuff we didn't like necessarily, but it's more about not meeting those expectations. And for me, there are several high profile candidates for most disappointing album of 2022. I'm not going to rank them, but I think for me personally, Charlie Puth's Charlie was a gigantic disappointment given the hype I had leading up, the long wait since Voice Notes in 2018, the fact that Voice Notes was so great. And Charlie, I think, just really did not compel vocally. The production choices left a lot to be desired. There were a few moments of brilliance, like Charlie Be Quiet, but overall, it was just an album that I was really excited about, especially because he was seemed to be really in his groove, in his bag, being on TikTok, showing his creative process and being like, "It's pretty cool, right? Look, watch this hook I just made. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is sticky as fuck. You know it is. I know it
Mhm.
is. I'm like a classically trained musician, and yet the album just really fell flat for me, which sucks.
Yeah, Charlie made my list as well. Another one that I had on here, which is probably my biggest disappointment of the year, but just this person in general is a complete disappointment to humanity at the moment. Kanye West, Donda 2.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
this
the
is
worst
number
album
one,
of
I
the year.
think, if you're ranking.
Yeah, like for maybe just the worst album that came out this year, period. Just not well produced, not well thought out. Um, the verses are absolute shit. There's just nothing to like about this.
Unfinished.
Yep.
There's the Migos feature was pretty fun. That's like the only thing I liked about it. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, not nothing else there. I also had Soccer Mommy, Sometimes Forever. I wouldn't say it's a bad album, but just one that after some of the other songs like Circling the Drain, things like that, you kind of hope Soccer Mommy's gonna make something a little bit more fully formed and just didn't totally grab me the way I was hoping. Anything
Yep.
else stand out for you?
Yeah, I have a few others. How about Corday earlier in the year?
I wasn't as low on that as you were.
Yeah, it's again that's it's like Soccer Mom. Not that it was bad. I just
Mhm.
kind of wanted maybe something a little different.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
maybe something that's a little bigger. Same thought, right? Rina Sawayama, Hold the Girl, Burna
I
Boy,
was I
Love
was
Demeaney.
wondering if you were gonna put Rena on here because you just saw her live and said that the music
Right.
hit a little different for you.
It did, and I think these are like light, like they're just like I don't even know if disappointment's the right term, or it's more like I just didn't quite like this as much as the last album. Maybe it was a slightly different
Mm,
direction.
yep.
It's not bad. It's actually good. It is good. We talked about why it was good at the time, but I think it's just like a slight tweak. Like Burna Boy, Love Demeaney,
Mhm.
still really compelling Afrobeat album. Just wasn't quite as great as Twice as Tall as all. And I think as a listener, you have to perhaps try and remove those biases as best you can so you can appreciate what you actually are listening to in the moment. And I try and do that as much as I can. Uh, Also, Christine the Queens, which we just got, Red Car. Um, I don't know if it was necessarily bad. It didn't really engage me the way I was hoping
Yeah.
to after really getting invested in her a few years back.
I put
And then
her
I,
and Perfume Genius in the same category with that, where it's like it's not bad, but like, did I like it? Not that much.
yeah. And then I think lastly would just be Drake would honestly never mind. Again, I think it's kind of a light asterisk because I didn't have any expectations or hype for Drake Jersey Club dance record. We didn't even know it was coming out. But
Hmm.
then when you hear it, it's like, man, like, great idea. Doing something new, really cool. It's Drake not doing something safe for the first time in a while. That's
Hmm.
awesome. But he just didn't deliver, I think, vocally or songwriting wise with much consistency. And that's why it comes up short. And that was the case even before we heard the Beyonce record, which obviously blows it away. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
really tough for Drake to like take this risk to try something new and then just have Beyonce like a few a few weeks later just completely destroy him. One that we didn't mention that I definitely want to say is disappointing just because also f this person, M.I.A. Dropping an album for the first time in a
forgot.
while and that
Yep,
album fucking sucked. So
yep.
done with
Another one where
M.I.A.
you
for
have
right
all
now.
this, you have this long wait to anticipation, artist with a storied career for being a innovator, and it just kind of feels like everything's passed her by.
She literally
It's
made a song that sounded like her biggest hit, but just like worse. Like it's just kind of incredible to just like bite off your own stuff and not even improve it in any way.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, any others you wanted to shout out?
I think that's really it, and I think it's a lot of big people, a lot of
Yeah,
people we had expectations on, and there's obviously a spectrum, as we just said, to what a disappointment means with this kind of thing. But yeah, I think some of these people will bounce back, some of them maybe not so much. Kanye, M.I.A, not too sure.